Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the adrenaline-pumping, caffeine-fueled showdown of the century, Monster Family Feud. I'm Gary Thaynard, ex-CFO of Coca-Cola and part-time Monster Feud host. Today's question: with $1.7 billion of operating cash available, we have the means to make a game-changing move. Now the question is, what's the ultimate investment for Monster's future? A stadium where extreme sports and live events come to life? Or a purpose-driven initiative that empowers differently abled athletes? Let's meet the contenders. On Team Stadium, we have Rodney Sachs, co-CEO for 34 years and the driving force behind Monster's global dominance. Some call him the godfather of caffeine. Others just want a secret to boundless energy. Joining him is Hilton Schulzberg, co-CEO and Rodney's partner in crime. Together, they're ready to build a legacy with the Monster Stadium. Representing Team Social Purpose, we have Jian Jackson, whose resume includes Nike, Gap, and McDonald's. She's here to prove that doing good is good business. And last but not least, known for his spreadsheets and strategy, Mark Hall, Senior VP at Monster, is ready to show how Monster can balance purpose and profit. Alright teams, you know the rules. Keep it clean, keep it caffeinated, and may the best argument win. Let's unleash the feud. Alright folks, it's time to crush the Red Bull. First question. 80% of customers say they're more likely to buy from purpose-driven companies. How does that kind of loyalty show up on our financials?
Right now, Monster's charity platform supports a variety of communities. At the moment, we provide 7 annual scholarships for the children of U.S. military. We also support an initiative that aids those with multiple sclerosis, PTSD, physical challenges, cancer treatments, and spinal cord injuries. As a result, I believe that Monster sufficiently contributes to charitable causes and effectively reveals our purpose-driven nature. Consumers already know that Monster cares deeply about its community. If we pursued the social purpose campaign, would we be abandoning our other initiatives? Would this decision feel disingenuous to our consumers? For this reason, I believe we should pursue the Monster Stadium proposal.
So purpose-driven ideas are great, but they're even better when there's something real behind them, like something tangible. The stadium isn't just for the extreme sports. It could host little leagues, adaptive tournaments, and community events. It could also help our brand grow while also bringing in money from tickets and sponsorships. The stadium hits both the sides. It shows we care while also delivering results. It's something lasting, unlike programs for adaptive athletes, which need constant funding without much return.
That's impressive, Team Stadium. But Jian, I see that look. You're about to drop some Nike wisdom on us, right?
Of course I am. So, in my time at Nike, I saw firsthand how aligning with purpose-driven initiatives builds unparalleled brand loyalty. Social initiatives like supporting differently abled athletes strengthen brand equity. Even though this is an intangible asset, it directly affects consumer retention and willingness to pay a premium price. This impacts the top line through increased revenue and the bottom line by reducing risks tied to a reputation.
Solid argument. Rodney brought the wallet, Jian came with love. We'll call this one a tie before someone starts crying. Now let's talk balance sheet, where the real drama lives. If Monster rebrands for a new social purpose, where do you think that change will be reflected?
Brands are not carried on balance sheets unless we acquire them and the resulting goodwill is qualified as a non-liquid asset. As a result, I'm skeptical that the new social purpose initiative would be capitalized under intangible assets at all. I would even argue that if we pursue this new social purpose, we would need to update our marketing materials, which would then be reflected as a marketing expense on the income statement, rather than capitalized on the balance sheet. If we choose to build and own the stadium, this will appear as a tangible asset under PPE in the balance sheet, but with the cost amortized over the life of the agreement. If we choose to pursue just naming rights, this would also be considered an intangible asset and costs similarly amortized.
So the stadium impacts both tangible assets under PPE as a physical investment and intangible assets by growing goodwill and reinforcing the Monster brand through events and sponsorship. It's a win on both the fronts. So programs for differently abled athletes mainly affect intangible assets. They might build goodwill, but they might lack a physical or revenue generating asset like the stadium. And I think the stadium's cost, construction and operations, everything falls under operating expenses, but they're offset by revenue from tickets and sponsorships as well. So our 22.8% net margin in 2023 reflects we are managing costs effectively, but we need investments that also deliver measurable financial returns.
Hilton's got tangible assets on lock, but Mark looks ready to throw down with some goodwill. Are we about to see an intangible asset smackdown? Crush it, Mark!
Yes. While a stadium investment would add to our tangible assets, the funding program will be reflected under intangible assets due to its long-term contribution to brand goodwill. Initially, it will increase operating expenses under marketing or outreach budgets and may reduce cash. However, this social initiative enhances reputation and stakeholder trust, providing long-term potential returns through increased customer loyalty, market differentiation, and stronger advocacy. Based on our experience, stakeholders respond positively when these investments are positioned as long-term value creation rather than merely costs.
Big picture thinkers, this one is for you. What's the most important type of capital for this decision?
I don't mean to sound repetitive, but during my years at Gap and Nike, brand and customer capital stand out as the most critical. Supporting differently abled athletes would humanize our image and forge emotional connections with customers, especially as we rely with that customer intimacy and we want people to know that they belong and that we're doing good on their behalf. Additionally, this type of work generates media capital through authentic storytelling. Campaigns showcasing real impact resonate deeply and create buzz without needing to overspend on traditional marketing and the upkeep of an immense stadium.
Adding to Jean's point, looking at our current initiatives, we've made strides in supporting the communities where we operate. For example, through Monster Energy Cares Foundation, we support military people, tackle drunk driving in our local communities, and raise money for medical research, and there's more. We help disabled athletes return to the sports they love through supporting other athletes' charities. It's important to note that this support is indirect. We're assisting the disabled community through philanthropic efforts rather than through direct engagement or dedicated programs. We don't currently have a standalone initiative specifically targeting the general disabled population, so it will be a great opportunity to incorporate this to our current initiatives. And right now, our marketing capital, which includes event investments and social media assets, collectively highlight our passion for extreme sports. But as it stands, these don't explicitly include the disabled population. So to ensure authenticity and clarity, we must innovate in aligning our unstoppable brand message with our support for the disabled community, using creative contents and effective communication platforms.
Woo! Monster Stadium, what do you have to say to that?
For the Monster Stadium, the most critical capital is brand and customer capital. The stadium advocates the emotional connection our customers have with the brand, and this helps to reinforce our identity as bold, energetic, and dominant. Every event hosted there, from extreme sports competition to community programs like Little Leagues, ties directly to our brand. With our growing marketing expenses by 2023, we have shown our commitment to customer intimacy. Our stadium supplements this by creating a tangible connection to our brand. Also, media and communications capital is also very critical. The stadium amplifies our storytelling on a global scale. It aligns with our strategy to dominate not just energy drinks but culture, much like our success with expanding into alcoholic beverages and healthier drink options.
Gian's out here taking brand equity, Mike is diving into community engagement, and Hilton's taking us global. If this keeps up, I'm gonna need a Monster Energy just to keep track. Alright, let's get real. If I'm a hotshot recruit looking at Monster, what's gonna make me sign on the dotted line? A stadium with my name on the plaque? Or a program that shows you actually care?
Surprisingly, we've been getting some tough feedback about our workplace culture. Right, Ronnie? This will negatively impact our recruitment. Right now, we offer employee benefits like disability coverage and life insurance. But this funding program isn't just about providing support. It reflects our corporate culture, which deeply values diversity and inclusion. For our current and future employees who share similar experiences, this initiative could resonate strongly, helping to build trust and strengthen connections within our Monster family.
Purpose-driven initiatives attract top talent, and I've seen that in every leadership role I've held, from Nike to Delta. Today's workforce, especially the younger ones, the brighter ones, want more than a paycheck. They want a mission that aligns with their values. By funding inclusive sports, Monster will position itself as a mission-driven employer, building a culture employees are proud of and driving loyalty and innovation. As I've seen at Nike and McDonald's, a purpose-driven culture isn't just for good morale, but it's also a driver of productivity and innovation, where employees feel like they belong and are proud to belong. This approach not only enhances recruitment, but reduces turnover as well, saving costs in the long run.
Future employees may resonate with a community initiative more than naming a stadium after us. However, by putting our name on a big stadium, we create a reputation that future employees will definitely recognize. The name will carry a lot of weight and may attract future employees to work for our company. It would also be an indicator of strong brand presence and our increasing dominance in the beverage industry.
Rodney, I hear you. But you know what else employees might think? I'm gonna need a raise if I'm working for a company with naming rights. Now this is the big one. What does this all mean for folks who own the stock? And if anyone says more money, you're disqualified.
For our shareholders, I think Monster Stadium is a bold step forward. It's not just a physical asset, but it's also a revenue-generating powerhouse. Through our ticket sales, sponsorships, naming rights, and partnerships, the stadium offers clear, measurable returns while elevating our brand equity. It stabilizes stock prices and also ensures the long-term growth.
With $1.72 billion in operating cash flow and gross margins at 53%, we're in a strong position to make this move. While funding programs for differently abled athletes builds goodwill, the stadium delivers both purpose and scalable financial benefits. It's the kind of investment that aligns perfectly with our shareholder expectations for sustainable, profitable growth.
Sure, stakeholders care about profits, but purpose-driven initiatives, as I've seen in Kraft Heinz, lead to sustained market share growth and stronger long-term stock performance. Shareholders might initially see reduced dividends or smaller short-term profits, but clear communication is key. Supporting inclusive sport aligns with consumer expectations and future-proofs us, Monster's, position in a competitive market?
All right, folks, we've heard it all. Stadium versus social purpose. Spreadsheets versus storytelling. I gotta say, this decision is tighter than the lid on a Monster Energy can. And the winner is Team Stadium. But don't get too comfortable, Rodney and Hilton. Gian and Mark made some solid points. So here's the deal. I want to see that stadium hosting adaptive sports tournaments. Let's show the world that Monster's all about breaking boundaries for everyone. Let's cheers to not just building a stadium, but a legacy. And that's all for Monster Family Feud. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, whether it's profits or purpose, we are here to unleash the beast. Join us next time when we'll discuss whether it's time for Monster to launch an energy drink for pets, because why should humans have all the fun? See you then! Bye!
Now Monster's philanthropy. Oh my god. Patience, sustainable, profitable growth.
Sure, stakeholders can work. Again.
Guys, literally slayed that.